We're in my bathroom, and don't judge, it's kind of a wreck, but we're going to be eventually remodeling this. But the most important thing we have to do right now is replace the toilet, because it's seen better days. I mean, what toilet has seen better days? But anyway, welcome to Tool Time, John. Basically, what I was told was the toilet's not working the way it should, so out with the old and in with the new, as Chris Fix would say. Turn off the water supply that goes into the tank. So, there we go, shut off. Now we have to remove the water that's in the bowl, and pretty easy to just remove the water in the tank, but it won't get it all. So you can see that there's still some water in the tank, despite how much you hold that lever down for the plunger to come up, and you still have water in the bowl. So if you want to prevent a big mess when you're doing this, you'll utilize your shop vac. So the tank is pretty empty, and the bowl. Inevitably, you're going to still want some towels. Guarantee you there's going to be some water. So anyway, we got all that done, so let's go ahead and disassemble this, take it apart. We'll need to detach the tank first. And in order to do that, you're going to have a nut on both sides, one on this side, one on that side, but you also have to take that water supply hose off too. It should be hand tight, lefty loosey, righty tighty, right? Or counterclockwise to loosen. Now there will be water in that pipe, so just so you're aware, just a little bit. And then we're going to need to get an adjustable wrench to get this nut off. So once you get it loose, then you can use your fingers to undo the nut and washer all the way down. All right, and then we go to the other side. Okay, now that that's loose, we can pull these bolts out. If you notice, there is a rubber washer, and that's what seals the tank from the bowl, or seals the water from escaping through those holes. Pop this loose, and then take it outside before it leaks everywhere. To detach the base, there's a couple of nuts on top of these bolts that hold the toilet down. There's one on this side and one on the other side. Okay, got that one off. I'll do the other side. No reason to show you that. So now that I got those nuts undone, you can see the toilet is loose. And it's a little heavier. So just make sure that you've got a clear path to take it out wherever you need to go. Depending on how long it's going to take you to take that toilet out and put the new one in, you don't want sewer gases coming up on you. So just get you some paper towels and just block that hole until you're ready. Now I've got a lot of wax here that I've got to clean out because I'm going to be putting a new wax ring on the toilet. So that's an additional step that needs to be done. For this is nasty, so I'm putting on some gloves and need to get some paper towels and a plastic scraper that you can throw away and start getting all this wax off. Yeah, you don't want to drop that down the drain. And what we're hoping to see here is this metal ring is called a toilet flange. And that needs to be in really good shape because the toilet's going to be sitting on there. Yeah, you don't want to touch the whole wax. So after getting it scraped off as good as you can, come in with a paper towel and get the rest of it. Now the new toilet should come with new bolts to put down here, but we're going to confirm that before we throw these away. It's in there. It's pretty good. Yeah, the reason you replace the wax ring each time is it's a one-time use. So once it's compressed, it cannot move, because when you lift the toilet up, so if you're getting toilet work done, you have to lift that toilet or it rocks. Guess what? You need a new wax ring. So this is kind of critical in getting the job done right. Here's the new toilet, and we're going to have to put a wax ring on there, a brand new one. So we're going to take this plastic cover off. It is real sticky. And then what you do is, they call this the horn of the toilet. So put it there with this plastic black flange going away from the toilet. So in essence, it's sitting in the drain. So we'll turn this over carefully. And it's probably a good idea to use like cardboard or towel or something to prevent any damage from the toilet. So just want to line up the bolts with the base, and then using my weight, push down on the toilet. We're good to go. Now I reused the bolts in there because they're good. And what I'll do instead though is use the washers out of here and reuse the nut that I took off of there and put it back on. We'll finger tighten them, and then we'll use a wrench to snug it down. But because this is porcelain, we don't want to over tighten it. Alright, I tightened down those nuts, and this thing is pretty solid. So now we're going to put on the tank. Now on the bottom of the tank there's a little guide there. So that needs to sit right there. Before putting the tank on the toilet, there's a little rubber gasket that goes right here, and it sets down in there. So there is a watertight seal, so every time you flush it's not splashing out. And then set it into its spot. And if you can see, you've got the bolt holes that need to line up with the tank. So that's what secures the tank to the toilet. This comes with these rubber grommets, and we'll put that right down into the bolt hole before putting the bolts in. Drop that in. Actually, it's not dropping it in, it's pushing it in. And then what we have to do is go on the underside of it with a nut and alternate tightening it. Alright, so there's the bottom of the bolt, and I'm putting that plastic washer over it. Don't know if I need it or not, but I'm going to because it was in the kit. And put on the nut, and then I'll just go back and forth between them until the tank is on tight. But while I'm down here, I'll go ahead and connect the water supply. Of course, I won't turn the water on until everything is completely installed correctly or assembled correctly. Got the bolts tightened up, and ideally you'll want to have a deep socket. Although a wrench would work, having a socket and a ratchet makes it a little bit easier. And they're both tightened evenly. You can see from the rubber washer just how wide that is. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the water on, cross my fingers, and hopefully find no leaks. All right, we have water flowing. I don't see any leaks. No leaks. Waiting for it to shut off. Okay. All right. Okay, looks like a winner so far. All right, put the cover on there, and then installing the actual seat. All right, all put together. No leaks. Flushes like a champ. I saved myself about 150 bucks. Professional plumber will take about an hour and a half to do. So really, depending on your area, that could be anywhere from 150 bucks to $300-400. That's not with the cost of the toilet. Just so you know, that's just labor costs. So for me, it took about 3 hours. So I'm pretty satisfied. I think job well done. Toilet works. Wife's going to be happy. That's all that matters. So appreciate it. If you have any questions, let me know. If you like this kind of content, appreciate a like and a subscribe. Until next time, see ya.